Oh yeah, it's a Hermitcraft bonus stream. What? For Thursday the 22nd of September? 2022? Goodness gracious alive, I'm clipping. Let's turn down the mic a little. Goodness gracious alive, I'm not clipping anymore. For 2022? Yeah, there we go. Here's some music I wrote. It's a song. Well, I wrote the lyrics.
I want a girl who will mine for her diamonds. I want a girl who can sort a chest. I want a girl with shears that cut and swords that burn through zombie flesh. I want a girl who knows world generation, who crafts furrows and times her attack. She's modding her community. She's flying through the air. She's smelting out impurities and feeding her cat. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. I want a girl who logs in early. I want a girl who plays till late. I want a girl with unobstructed creativity who uses a tripwire to ruin your day. With shulker boxes organized and lustrous in a tone that will torch you like desert grass. Who crafts furrows and times her attack. She's smelting out impurities and feeding her cat. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. Whose shield is emblazoned. I want a girl with good enchantments. On some server we will meet incidentally. We'll start to talk as we shoot skeletons. She wants a spawn with biome convenience. She wants a spawn that's in good repair. She's changing her ing from wither to dragon. She's trading her archery for a trident that's self-repairing. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
p.m. the usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title, tweet, pour water, tank top, and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the streaming. So I'll pause, fold in, and open VLC. I'll pick 2 songs before lay your head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all, Joe Hills from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? objects, items, and chest tools breaking. Pickaxe went poof while talking to you, professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. So I'll click crafting quick anvil time enchant pick, then I'll replace the books in a random chest with care. I'll tour my winery, I'm sure there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swear. Not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin? Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And this morning, y'all are my live streaming audience. I see we got folks in all three chats saying hello. Howdy, Winter, Ellis, Butterfly Girl, KMC, Mahis. In the Discord chat, we got some folks in the Twitch chat. Tyler, Aka, Plant Pal Finn, Faulted Gem, Juno Ono, 2% Eggs, Agent A78, Mini Cheese Mouse, Redo Grobaba 11. That's a really long name. I'm surprised Twitch let you have that in the Twitch chat. Then over there in the YouTube, we've got Caleb Knight, Jasmine, Etho Greer, Chloe the Great and Powerful, Nepeta Legion, and Izuru Kamakura, who is, looks like they're heading to work, but thank you for joining us when you could. Crystal Lizette, glad you could join us as well, and Mouse Mac, who I think is the same as Mini Cheese Mouse. Okay, we are going for the showing. Basically, I started on this a few days ago because I wasn't sure how my collab schedule was going to work out, and I wanted to have something extra I could kind of work between or around other royal excitement. I think that we're going to have another royal recording sometime in the back half of this week, either today or tomorrow. So I need to kind of film something that'll act as some, I guess you'd call it bookending. I don't want the whole episode to just be like, oh, here's another collab with the royals, because then people will be like, well, Joe, I'm not going to watch your episode if it's the same as, Cub Fan 135's, right? So we've already recorded a segment here that I don't really remember at all. So what did I say in that segment? Maybe we should review that, because I'm a professional Minecrafter. This is behind the scenes. This is how episodes actually get made. Like, okay, so Episode 32, Segment A. Let's pull that up from when we recorded it. Okay, it's not making any noise. I looked at this stuff. I said, yeah, we're going to work on that. I put some leaves down. Okay. That's fine. Core concept. I think one of the things I said I was going to try and do first in that was I was going to fix those. So let's start with that. We've got concrete powder of different types. We've got corals of different types. We've got red sand, more corals. Let's consolidate these corals down, maybe. So those potions we might want to actually put back in with in here in case we go gather more coral. Let's see, this one's full of black concrete. That's actually for the pinball machine. We're gonna put that back in here for now too. Birch planks, dead bubble coral. Okay. So further consolidating. Red and yellow horn coral. We should probably put a temporary bed out here, I'm realizing. We've got a pink bed in here that we can use for... Oh yeah, I've got the toxic bed mod, which makes the text bigger the longer you click on it, which will never stop being funny. Okay. Noun Beast says, I feel like I'm in some sort of exclusive club. Yes, you are. This is like being behind the scenes at a taping of Saturday Night Live or Family Matters or something like that. It's very exclusive. Eclog says, totally forgot Scar was going to put a tree there. Yeah. I don't want to bother Scar, because Scar's always busy. But I don't want to take that down and then... So Scar was like, one day I'm just gonna want to work on a tree. And I'm like, okay, just whatever. And I don't want him to come over here in like 5 months and be like, oh, I was ready to work on the tree today, but Joe took the sign down. Maybe I'm not welcome to make the tree anymore. So I don't want him to think he's not welcome. But okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna replace that with, let's try, I don't want to just roll in here with wool. I like combining the orange sand and the, okay. Yeah, let's try this. So I'm going to turn the face camera off and we're going to start recording. Okay. Also, you know what? Let's get some extra lichen before we start the actual, get too far into the recording. Because if I break the lichen in the middle, which I'm absolutely going to do, I'm gonna want replacement lichen. That's just table stakes. Okay. So, Hermitcraft Season 9, Episode 32, Segment Bravo, Take 1, and action. Beyond scattering leaves on the ground, I've also scattered a good number of shulkers here. We've got a bunch of wool, we got some red sand, we got some fancy coral. It's looking good. So what I'm... nah, take two. I think I mentioned setting this up in the first take, or the first segment. So as I'm getting into this, I'm like, no, I don't need that. This is behind the scenes, folks. Splatoon is cubicle today. Oh, is my stupid category. I wish Twitch didn't make you set which game you had. YouTube doesn't make you set that. Now we're see, this is derailing. This is why I stopped changing the stream title. Cuz stupid stuff like this. Like I'm trying to do something and then Twitch is like, "No, I need this." And I'm like, "Twitch, you don't need that. You could figure out from context this is Minecraft." Like, I'm not complaining about you, Hard Luck. I'm complaining about the system. I'm here to reject Twitch. Yeah, you can actually get banned from Twitch for intentionally having the wrong category, though. So otherwise, I would just leave it wrong all the time. Although, honestly, my life would probably be a lot simpler if they just banned me for that. Then that would just be a license to never worry about it again. That would, like, if I'm like, you know what? I left my category on art because I feel like everything I do is art, and Twitch banned me. Like, I could just move on with my life. Like, that just sounds so freeing. This is not getting the episode recorded. Okay. I am the very model of a modern Major General. I'm completely off key and out of pitch. That didn't scan either. I am the very model of a singularitarian. I'm combination transhuman, immortalistic stropian. Aggressively, I'm changing all my body's biochemistry. Because my body's heritage is obsolete genetically. Okay, here we go. Unique New York. How now, brown cow. Alrighty, I'm just warming up. I got to get back in the groove vocal warm-ups now that Twitch has completely derailed me with its terrible categorization system. Okay, I'm feeling ready. Let's do a little bit of impressions to warm up. Oh, hello, sweet faces. Look into my eyes, and only my eyes. That was my best eye, Jevin. Okay, I feel like we're ready to go. Hermitcraft, Season 9, Episode 32, Segment Bravo, Take 2, and go! I sure am excited to go ahead and remove some of these liking blocks here. I hope you're liking this episode so far. You don't need to like and subscribe because, honestly, the algorithm is terrible. I was thinking maybe we could combine the red sand and the orange concrete on top of this. I was wrong. Okay. Was there a trick that I used for these last time? Oh, no, it's that the moss blocks aren't gravity blocks. Okay, so maybe what we're going to do is we're going to get the orange wool, which is not a gravity block, and we're going to put the slightly lighter orange concrete powder on top of it. That'll work well, I hope. So let's try this again. So we're going to put orange wool here, slightly lighter orange concrete powder, so it looks like there's like a little bit of a light gradient, a little bit of shadow there, right? Then we're going to take this dead bush, put the dead bush right there. Hey, that's looking pretty good. And it'll look even better once we throw that on it. You might say, Joe, that I don't know about that contrast. I don't know. Well, once we start getting the rest of these trees in here with a little bit of other colors, I think it's really going to do a lot. Why don't we go ahead and try some yellow and reds on some of these as well and see how they go. So we're going to do a stop recording there. Yeah, rip dead bush, right? Also, let's turn the face camera back on. If you haven't noticed, I'm down here in slot 9, putting the hot in the hot bar. If you've never seen a Joe Hills stream before, you might not be aware that tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat, and that every time we hit tipping milestones, the camera gets bigger. Yes, that's right. We have expanding cameras here on twitch.tv/Joe Hills and youtube.com/Joe Hills TSD. Why would you clip that? That was... Oh, fine. Whatever, hard luck. It's fine. Okay, so I'm actually thinking I should probably also come... Dang it. Yeah, I don't want to actually go too high with that because that'll cause other problems. I don't know, I like weird stuff. Clearly! I was like, dang it, somebody posted that in the Discord too. It's the same guy. Mr. Hardluck is the same person in both chats. Okay. Well, I feel slightly better about that now. Morning, Eternal Cryptid. Hope you're doing well today. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a little bit of red. We haven't done red yet. We got red concrete powder in here somewhere. I actually kind of want to try it with... Yeah. Let's try it with the red wool. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. It's fine. It's a very good clip. It didn't feel like a good clip. But whatever makes y'all happy, I guess. This is gonna look better as we get more in. Ooh, have fun with your D&D campaign after school, Spirit Wing Storm. Yeah, the camera does jotational expansion, or we do jotational tip recognition during like Mario Kart streams or Splatoon streams. But the camera gets bigger during Minecraft streams. It's one of the ways we differentiate. Okay. So, in some ways, putting wool as the foundation of all these will actually solve the gravity block problem. I was trying to think, like, if I do most of this with coral on the bottom, that's going to cause, like, water issues. But Noun Beast tips 20 and says, it's time to grow hills. It sure is. Please direct your attention down here to slot 9, where I'm putting the hot in the hot bar, so I can say, howdy, y'all. Grow hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-dee. So thank you very much, Noun Beast. Putting that... We got that on our abacus here as well. So we keep track of progress toward the next milestone with the abacus. That was one full milestone, so we are 20 away. What's the traditional greeting for a king? Good greetings, King of Hermitcraft. Okay. Sorry, it's loud coffee drinking stream. I don't always pay attention. I'm usually pretty good about not, like, drinking loudly on stream, but the problem is the coffee is so hot that I have to kind of, like, move it around in my mouth so I don't burn my throat. I'm sorry. And I just got a new mic, too, so it's probably coming in really loud. I'll let the coffee cool for a minute. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. Dang it. Let's put that back. I think I want to start recording this as we work on for the first tree at least. It took me forever to figure out that he was saying Joe Hills of the Says. I was like, is he trying to say it's like Sace? Like I'm not the 6th of my name. Are we out of scaffolds? There we go. Do 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 do. Okay. When he said Iskol 85th of his name, I thought that was pretty good. I was actually pretty impressed by that one. Okay. So we need to get a bucket for carrying water. Which of course we absolutely did not bring with us here. Very smart. This is just getting worse and worse over here. I don't have a workbench either. Come on. Okay. So I think if I take that one, it'll refill. Cool. Okay. Yeah, Cub being the 135th is great. Okay. So, let's see. I think we're ready to start the next recording segment. I'm gonna say something along the lines of like, ooh, can water move through, will water wash away cobwebs? Mind of me says yes. So we're going to have to remove those cobwebs there. Morning impulse. Okay, that's fine. As long as we know that. So we'll incorporate that into what we're talking about. Okay. So we've got these first 3 bushes taken care of here. Let's go ahead, actually, and take care of some of the other bushes. So let's do all the bushes before we start the tree segment. So that way that we start strong there. Okay, so get any of the... I don't think we have any of those small shrubberies out here. Okay. Feeling pretty good. Oh, we didn't recover those. And, you know, honestly, though, these little bushes along here should also should go. Now that I'm thinking on it. So, let's see if the red sand works. If it looks sufficiently orange for this. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's hard to say. I think I'm going to pull that flower out there. Just so I can... No, what I should have done is I should have had all of these in the Corellis attic at the beginning of the episode, but I kind of forgot. Okay, well that can't have been where that was before because the grass is now problematic, but whatever. I'll put these back in Corellis' attic at the end of this episode. How about that? Oh, boy. Okay. So now it's actually... I feel like this is starting to work. Autumnal foliage isn't normally stored in the attic. That's a good point too, Ryan. So that's the other thing is technically we're not doing the Halloween decorating yet. We're just decorating for we're decorating for fall. So yeah, actually I might save the Halloween decorations for another episode because we're not going all out yet on Halloween. Like we're not putting in a bunch of pumpkins, right? Welcome, Star Cube. Okay. So I do need a place to store these extra leaves and stuff as we go. Hopefully some of these will... Nope. Yeah, I've just been dumping those in there. It's not ideal. Probably end up dumping it in here for now. Okay, let's grab some horn coral and some fire coral, though. We've got the water. Unwoo Spot 1 says, get more Netherite Man. So, unfortunately, Netherite Man is actually busy saving a different galaxy right now, so he's going to leave us to solve our own problems on Hermitcraft for the time being. This episode should be about preparing for Canadian Thanksgiving. Okay. I feel like we have a good start here. So let's go ahead and turn the camera off and start recording Hermitcraft Season 9, Episode 32, Segment Charlie, Take 1, and action. I'm pretty happy with how these little bushes and shrubs and all that are coming along. But you know what? The trees are the real trees de resistance here. For that reason, I've actually started removing some of the lichen on this one, so we can just jump right in. I'm realizing... Oh, wait, that actually would have been fine exactly where it was. I was worried that that would get washed away if I tried to... what do you call it? Put in a water bucket here. But I'm realizing, nope, that's absolutely fine where it is. Now, you might say, Joe, why would you put a water bucket there before you put in anything that requires a water bucket? Great question. Let's throw some of this incredible red and, oh, yellow core. No! It's already dead. Okay. So let's think through this problem then. In order to stop the water from escaping, I need to put extra blocks on all 4 of these. Okay. So then... we're going to put this right in the middle here. And we immediately washed away our spider web down there. But on the whole, this is going to work out okay, right? This is going to be fine. I think that what I need to do now, though, is I need to put another... coral block. I think coral blocks can be directly on top of water. We'll find out real quick if they can't be. Do they work diagonally? I wonder. We'll find that out too. But what I... Okay. Nope, they do not. But on the other hand, that means that we could put like yellow concrete powder here. But before we do that, let's put in some orange wool underneath that. And then maybe some red sand, and then some yellow concrete powder, which is not getting waterlogged there, right? So this seems like a pretty efficient way to do this. We'll use wool for the lowest level, and then we'll put some coral in where we can. We'll use the gravity blocks for the upper bits. And that should make the whole thing hold together. So, for example, or para ejemplo, we are just going to roll through here and just say, like, yellow, yellow, red, orange. I'm not really getting too picky about this. Kind of just throwing them wherever makes sense at the time. Orange, orange, red. I'm sure there actually is a real system to knowing what color leaves need to be in certain places, but... I mean, I don't know what that system is, so... Yay! We're just doing the best we can with what we have. I'm realizing that that red sand there really didn't matter as much now that it's completely occluded by the wool. That's acceptable. So now we've got a few places where we can put gravity blocks, these 4 corners, for example, and maybe a few places otherwise. So we swap these out, and we've got a little bit of different colored sands going in here. Boom. And it's like, hey, that's almost a thing. It's not entirely a thing yet because we haven't covered it with lichen. So let's grab the lichen, which I put away. We're going to do a soft cut there. So I can put the lichen on here. Kind of regretting removing the scaffold. Okay. Let's get rid of this dead coral that I so foolishly generated as well. Okay. The yellow coral actually above water looks kind of bluish in a way I wasn't expecting. And I think that's going to really help tie it together. Okay. So now that we have thrown the lichen atop here, that really kind of pulls the whole thing together. And we've got some red, yellows, and oranges there. I might throw in a little bit of brown. It's so early in September. I don't want to have too many clearly brown leaves on the trees. I like there being some brown dead leaves on the ground because they've dried out after falling. But I don't know that we want the trees to be full of brown. Let's go ahead and see how this goes as we carry through the rest of this grove. Time skip. We're going to stop the recording there. Going to turn the face camera back on. Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Hills. I'm broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee. It's early on Thursday morning, but I had to be awake to get my kid to school anyway. So we might as well get some work done, right? Right. Okay. Would terracotta look better? The thing is, terracotta is a very flat texture, whereas these... The reason that these look like they might be leaves, even though they're like sand, is because they are a mix of light and dark on the blocks, if that makes sense. Whereas terracotta is so flat, it looks like... Same thing with concrete. Concrete's a bad choice for these for the same reason. Chinokus says, this looks like the ratio of trees already turned color where I'm at in Massachusetts. Awesome. We're doing fall decorations right now, not Halloween yet. Just getting ready for September. Oh no, it's September 22nd. I tried to start this days ago. Badger Spinner says you'll be able to mix in brown wool and packed mud together for later on. Yeah, I feel like as we get into November, I'm going to start replacing a lot of this with brown and like removing some of the leaves. And then when we get into December, I'll put snow, like it'll be snow-covered trees is kind of my plan at present. Boy, why do I have 2 green panes of glass? That's way more than most people need. I don't even need this invisible hand of the market since Scar's not online right now. The number one reason to carry a totem on the Hermitcraft server is Scar will kill you. But he's asleep. It's very early in the U.S. California time zone. Let's see here. So let's go do the base layer underneath here. We're gonna need a lot more shears. Dang it. If I accidentally remove a block, then I'll immediately place it. But I probably don't need to reharvest all this lichen in advance, but it's a good way to not run out. It's the same time zone as California. It does cost me a lot of iron, though. I burned through so many shears working on this for the project. So, yeah, let's maybe go make more shears as well. Oh, I had an extra bed, really? Okay, we're gonna put that away. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Scaffolding should probably go down there. It would be cool to be able to dye leaves or eggs for Easter. Okay. Okay. It's a gal. 85. Okay. It's hard to tell how dark it is from up here since, you know, nighttime. Okay. So, as I'm thinking through this, I could do 2 tiers of coral up there. Although, wait, that would ruin that cobweb. Ooh, using cobwebs to hold the gravity blocks in place is an interesting idea, though. So, like, using cobwebs and then putting the red sand on top of those to hold them would work. Oh. I don't think Iscal85 knows how to spell no, so I'm going to help him. No. N-O. No. Oh, no. Okay, so... Me and Corellis are not helpful. Surprise! We're having a lot of fun here on the Hermitcraft server. Whether you like it or not. Okay, so let's try putting this red sand above that cobweb. Oh, yep, that definitely does hold. And then we combine that with another orange one there. Okay, so then we can just roll in like that with orange, and then maybe put a red one here, and then red concrete powder above it. I think what I want to do is I want to get some moss blocks out and then use those for the scaffolding to keep the water in place. Because keeping the water in place is going to be crucial, but I need a way to do it that I can turn around quickly. Where did I leave the moss blocks? I feel like they were here. Mahi0 says you can just waterlog a leaf block. No. So, Mahi's, if I put a bucket of water inside one of the leaf blocks, the water will fall down and wipe... Oh, like, it'll come out the sides before I put in the coral, right? I need something... Watch. So I'm not gonna ruin my ground here by not showing you. But I need before. Let's say that I wanted to really put. The water won't fall out of a leaf block? Really? Are you sure? It would just stay completely self-contained in the leaf block? If it's a source block? Really? What? What? Whoa. I thought it was gonna come to fall forward here and then go on all my leaves. And ruin my pretty leaves down on the ground. Did y'all know that? So that means I could like remove this block and this block and they're fine. They're both just 100% fine. Literal game changer. I had no idea. That was completely news to me. I thought y'all were just messing with me when you were saying that earlier. Lakshmi13 says, I forgot that not everyone has kids obsessed with all the updates. Joe Donahue says, Joe, I hope you're having a great stream so far. Yep. I'm doing pretty well. I'm down here. Got my green screen to chroma out my tank top. Got my coffee. Speaking of which, let's top off that coffee some. Yay, French press. More coffee, please. Not as much as I would like. I don't really need more than one French press worth of coffee, though. So it's probably good that restricts me in that way. Having natural boundaries for things can be helpful at times. And then bringing that around to over here. Concrete powder, like this just feels like nice. This feels like a good tree. I'm really happy with this. Let's see. So we're gonna put some. Let's put another red one there. Probably not that many of those in a row. I'm really happy with this. This is gonna look so much better when we get even more of these done. Because like, if you look at like this from like, let's say that you're over here with the stew crew, you can see that those trees and stuff are pretty visible down there. But they're gonna have a nice little orange to them. Now, I've also heard that birch trees in particular only go yellow. So I was thinking for these actual birch trees, unlike the petrified ones, we would have these go full yellow. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Where we just straight up replace... Hey, howdy. Not sure who was that. Ren? That might have been Ren the King. Couldn't tell who that was. Whatever. It's fine. We don't want to call too much attention to ourselves while we're still working on this. Eli W says some good old season 1 autumnification. Yes, indeed. That is the plan. So I really do think working from the bottom up on these is going to be the way to go. That seemed like a winning strategy already. We are going to want to grab as much of these lichen as we can, though. Okay, let's think about this. I should be carrying the water on me. Is one part of this. And actually, let's re-lichen these just to avoid storing 800 lichen all the time. And we want to start placing the lichen back on. I could put some lighter green on the birch, like they're changing from green to yellow. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, my glass. Should have paid more attention there. Let's go lay our heads down and dream. Sapphire Smith says, every time Joe breaks glass with his fist, it hurts me. How do you think it makes my fist feel? Sheesh. There's one that's missing. Yeah, well, that one's going to be in the way of that, but that's fine. Okay. This is... Okay. I'm very happy with this. Not that that's the only priority here, but that is definitely a priority here. So it's good to see we're not letting me down. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw... let's get more scaffolds real quick so we can get up there easier. When I look at this, what do I think? It looks like there's the perfect place to put some waterlogged leaves right here. And then we put a red coral and a yellow coral like there and there. Okay. Now with the way those waterlogged leaves work, can I put dry concrete powder on top of it? I wonder. Let's do a quick experiment. So, as you can see, I can put that there. Oh, perfect. Okay. Probably should have put this, the scaffolds actually like on top of here. Okay. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to put waterlogged leaves right here. And I can go directly underneath that then, I think, and put like a red wool there. Okay. So we put like an orange wool underneath each of these. Whoops, not orange wool. I don't love that dripping water effect. Will putting glow lichen under there disrupt that? I might have to add, I don't know. I might have to add another block underneath each of those or something. Gives it a misty feel. I mean, also most people... Someone says, are we still trying to do coral and concrete powder? We are. We've got coral right next to concrete powder. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, I didn't know the concrete powder on top would work either. I'm very excited. So that means, yeah, we can just take... Okay, so let's get our coral blocks out here. We're going to put one of those there, one of those there. But then we're going to put our yellow concrete powder on top. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. Just throw that bit there. Have a little bit of... I like the idea of kind of having... some of the red sand mixed in the parts that aren't exposed to the light as much, so it looks kind of like they're naturally in the shade, right? See this orange kind of contrast there. It looks like, okay, the top leaves are kind of shading the bottom leaves in an interesting way. Actually, I think I actually wanted to keep that one and go get another bucket of water. I really should just be carrying several buckets at this point. Let's run down and make another bucket or two. Okay, and let's grab my duffel bag out of here. Uh-oh, here it is. We'll put some of these surplus blocks in the duffel bag. Don't need the torches at the moment. Don't need the moss blocks. Don't need the string. Those can go back in there. Birch leaves can go in there temporarily. Temporarily. Extra iron can temporarily go in there. We can actually combine these two shears for the time being. Concrete powder gets turned into concrete if it's placed next to it, but not on top of it. Why am I? Oh, I'm nowhere near daytime or nighttime. I'm just easily distracted. Quick reminder, this is a viewer-supported stream. Microsoft is not paying me to play Minecraft. I bought the game out of pocket myself. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. And we are 20 away from our next face camera expansion. So, thank you so much for hanging out and joining me today. Palling around while we get stuff done. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to have a rule where it's like two of the same color can never touch, because that doesn't look right. Like, but having them kind of vary over time or throughout the build, definitely adds a lot, I think. Okay, so this one right here we want to swap out. It's so hard to pretend to be random. I know, right? If I knew more about leaves, I'd probably actually know, like, well, the north side of the tree actually turns orange first. Or, like, I'm sure there's actually a lot of complex systems at play here that I am just straight up ignoring. I got 3 buckets and I didn't fill any of them with water. That was the whole reason I jumped out of the tree earlier. Womp womp. 1, a 2, a 3. 3. 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to break this one. We're going to waterlog that, and then we can toss that there. I think that'll look good. Let's waterlog that one as well. And then we can get this yellow horn coral here. I really wish there was an orange coral. That would add a lot, but okay. So I think, let's see. Oh, if I want to remove that spider web, I need the shears. I think that one's next to the water block. Yeah, it is. Okay, so then we're going to put the spider web back. Okay. So let's get some red sand and some actual red concrete powder here. I guess that, well, that's not going to be visible regardless of what we do in the end. Uh-oh, some of our leaves are starting to despawn for some reason. Not sure what's up with that. But, okay. Let's get some more red concrete powder in here. Oh, sun's getting real low. Make sure to put some fallen leaves on the roof of the haunted house. Oh, that's a good suggestion, but I'm not sure. See, like, most of the roof has a lot of slants to it. Also, the house is taller than the trees. I guess sometimes... Sometimes leaves do get caught in updrafts. But let's go ahead and fly out here. It's definitely coming along. We're okay on wings for right now. So once again, in order to avoid storing ludicrous, we always store ludicrous quantities. Oh no! Wait, how did these turn to concrete powder? And these... I think the waterlogged leaves despawned when some logs got destroyed or something. I don't know what happened here exactly. Okay. But that's not ideal. Well, dang it. I was trying to block pick the glow light in here. Just so we don't end up accidentally storing too many of those. Yeah, we had another, we had another one here. Yep, it looks like some leaves decayed. So I guess, do I have to manually place the leaves so they don't decay, maybe? Don't love that. That's one more thing to keep track of, but... it's fine. We're learning. This is why we're doing this on stream, because it's a learning process. Okay, let's go get some more lichen from our box. I thought I left enough logs that they wouldn't despawn, though, but I don't know. Welcome, Loud Sketching. Glad you could join us. Okay. So we've done a lot of, we've done 3 of the shorter trees, and it's taken us about an hour. But we were working on some other stuff too, like those bushes and gathering materials. Hey, we got our second tip of the stream rolling in from Chad. Thank you very much, Chad, for tipping 20. That's one full milestone. Who says, expand Joe. That does indeed expand the camera. We are now 20 even away from our next tipping milestone, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so let's go. Dang it, I should have put one on top of there on my way down. Okay. Yeah, I think, I'm thinking real hard about putting some yellow wool on these, because this is just as kind of a transition thing. Is Impulse online? Let's wait. If Impulse logs back on, I'm going to ask him about his tree. At this coordinates and ask if he minds. Because, like... Oh, that's true. Yeah, just scatter a few... Hint at them starting to turn yellow. Yeah. So, like, we put a yellow one in there. Maybe in here, you know. Good point, Mini Cheese Mouse. Good point. Yeah, I don't feel as bad about just throwing a few blocks in as completely terraforming entire trees. This one is actually missing, now that I'm looking at it. There's a tree missing. Somebody did that. The leaves need to be in a leaf chain of the logs. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. Now, this tree, I put these bushes here. No, maybe B-dubs did, and then I did those there, yeah. Okay. So, thinking this through here, we've got this whole sequence of littler trees that kind of goes around back. We've got the big trees. Part of me is like, I don't really want to deal with the big trees right now, but I should. What is up with that? Is that actually a piece of real wood there that I left so that the trees wouldn't despawn? No, it's just the way the shadow is on that. That's interesting. Okay. Somebody says, is it just me or are the leaves really loud? Yeah, they might be a little louder than usual because I had people on voice chat the other night, and I was adjusting the audio up to make sure you could hear their voices. So there, I have turned them down. Is that better? Good morning, Viper. Glad you could join us. We are working on our build here. Getting these trees autumnified. Is that one on the other side of the tree? Yeah, that's on the other side from me. Hmm. 70 Sue says, can we see them when it turns night? Maybe. Okay. So let's roll in here with some nice, chill wool for the lowest layer. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that the leaves had to be connected in a chain. That's completely news to me. Okay. Okay. So, looking at this here. Okay. Feels like a strong start. Oh, let's just get a stretch in. Morning stream, morning stretches, morning coffee. Vocal warm-ups. There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium. Hey, and a tip that is rolling in. We got 10 from Freddie, who says, hope you're having a great stream. I sure am, Freddie. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress on this so far. That puts us halfway to our next face camera expansion. As a quick reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Oh, looks like we're not going to get a chance to see this at night yet. Briefly. Yeah. Stress! Hey! Let's see, I was going to say good morning, but I think it's afternoon there. Hey, howdy, Stress. Glad to see her. Haven't for a little while. I'm not normally playing on the server when Stress rolls in. So that's a nice treat for everybody. Mostly me. But you guys can enjoy it too. You too can allow Stress Monster... You too can be allowed to enjoy Stress Monster joining the server. Okay, I'm realizing my plan to place a leaf block and then fill it with water doesn't work if I didn't get the buckets of water. Hey, Toxic. Sorry that your hostel's Wi-Fi is so hostile. let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one of the coral there, one of them there, and then I think I want to waterlog this block too, but I need to place it manually so it doesn't spread, is what I'm looking at here. And then we can roll in with this and something like this as well. Hey, that's looking nice. Okay. So once again, I'm not sure that I love the dripping, what do you call it? But I'm not sure I love the dripping. But we can revise that in a future iteration by just adding some more blocks underneath the blocks that drip. Okay. Let's go ahead and place that dead coral away, because we don't need dead coral filling up our inventory here. Or that we don't need these extra birch, or let's hold on to those leaves, but not the others. And we're going to temporarily offset some of these. I just keep finding myself carrying all these surplus lichens because I'm regathering them as we go. So we need to keep putting them back as we go as well, so that my inventory doesn't get overwhelmed. Yep, we are decorating for fall here on the Hermitcraft server. Okay. Decorating for fall on Hermitcraft. Ooh. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Okay, so let's get some concrete powder to show off on top of these wet blocks. Okay, so this is a 1 high bit, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. So that means we're going to need to make this slice out of wool here. So we'll get our wool back out. Orange wool. Red wool, yellow wool. And we don't really need the empty water buckets at the moment. Actually, let's not use adjacent colors for different trees. It's just something that seems better about not mixing those. That bumblebee over there keeps catching my eye. I'm like, ooh, someone's moving. Nope, it's a bumblebee. False alarm. Ignore the buzzer. Okay. Also, let's put the spare concrete powder that we've gathered away, or not concrete powder, the spare concrete we've gathered away, because that's not ever going to be helpful, basically. New shears time. Get rid of that surplus acacia. This is the difference between the streams and the episodes, if you don't watch a lot of streams. The episodes are fast-paced, and the streams are, I should move things around in my inventory a lot. Luke says, have you considered doing a cherry blossom tree? That's what we would do in spring if we were decorating for spring, but we're decorating for fall right now. So this is a seasonal build. We're taking our spring and summer trees with like these flowers and stuff in them, and we're moving them over into autumn. I'm feeling great, Stid. Thanks for asking. Borealis Laura says, this is so beautiful. I am so hype. Awesome. Random Thing says, just watching the stream while washing the dishes. I'm glad to hear it. I watch a lot of streams while doing chores too. Streams help me maintain my sanity because I'm a single parent and my daughter is not old enough to do as much around the house as I might like. She's at the point where it's like closely supervised, plenty of things go fine. But if I'm just like, hey, can you do this? I come back and I'm like, maybe I should have closely supervised that. Womp womp. I don't know what I expected. I'm the adult. I should have known better. It's like this dishwasher is technically loaded, but not in a way that will avoid things like catching on fire and melting. I've gotten actually with the dishwasher is a bad example because she's at the point now where she's really starting to get that. But like it's a process. It's a process, you know? Kids are not fire and forget. Hey, morning, B-dubs. Yeah, trial and error are an important part of childhood. I'm not disagreeing with you, Sarah. I am not disagreeing with you at all. Let's see. I was thinking if I put some waterlogged leaves in. Actually, no. I think that's. Yeah, if I put a waterlogged leaf block in right there, and then I put wool under it. Then that means I can put horn coral right there and another one right there. Oh, I love the way the horn coral looks. Rusty, yeah, glasses generally should be transparent if you want to see through them. Quick reminder, though, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat if you want to see through my eyes. The camera does get bigger every time we hit a tipping milestone, and we are currently 20 even away from the next one. So, let's go, as the kids say. Okay, we're gonna... Actually, where's those new shears? We need to use the new shears and then combine them with the old ones. Okay. Somehow, that was somehow the leaves decayed there in a way that I didn't anticipate. So let's go ahead and use a bucket to pick that up. We're going to put a new water thing there before that goes away. We don't want our fancy coral to die. Okay. Let's go ahead and shear that out and put in some more fancy powders. Okay. Yep, we are doing foliage. Okay. So, let's throw that there for right now. I feel kind of weird putting wool in where it's not going to be seen, but the problem is that you don't know where stuff's going to be seen or not, really. Yeah, because, like, from down there, you can see up into the bits. Okay, so let's offload a bunch more of these lichen so it doesn't fill our inventory. Okay. Someone says, Joe froze in time for a second. I thought the stream froze. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I just get very still when I'm, like, reading. My bad. I'll try to be more animated. Woo! Oh no! I'm being attacked by an axolotl. Ah! Blood. Blood spraying everywhere. This is why this is a mature stream. I actually don't have a bunch of spray liquid blood because I don't want to destroy my computer. But do the trees look kind of snowy? Yeah, I think there's a little bit of white in the glow lichen. So yeah, I don't know. Welcome TMW Saint West 03. Glad you could join us. As I immediately fall. Don't worry, it's all uphill from here. Okay. We'll have a lot of fun. Okay. So, I think we're ready to start on this next tier here. Whoops. So, one thing I wanted to do with this tier was to intentionally place a waterlog block here and a waterlog block here. Let's go get some more waterlogging blocks. You turtles being good? Or whatever you are. Froggles. Good job. Okay. So we can have some... If we remove and replace a bunch of these to be permanent waterlog blocks, then we can have more coral along the edges there. Okay, good. That's not a powder block underneath. I'm not sure if the powder goes down, or if the powder blocks are affected downward, but I don't want to find out. Okay, so now we can roll in with the bone coral here. Have orange wool right there. Then have some horn coral. And another fire coral here. Boom, 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 boom. I said one of those corals wrong, but that's fine. Then we can throw the concrete powder on tops of those to conceal them. Looking good. I think we want to grab some more. We want to grab some more buckets of water. Actually, you probably don't want that to be 1-to-1 like that. Probably want to have some of the orange, red sand, orange concrete powder as well mixed in here. From the looks of it, now orange concrete. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it does go underneath. Good eye there, Toxic. But this is a perfect example of where we can then use the red sand. Right? So the red sand optically looks similar. But without being similar, without being the same. So that looks like it's just orange in shadow, which in fairness, it is in shadow, right? Okay. So let's go refill our buckets of water real quick. And let's see, what would go good here? Maybe, I was going to say one of these. Yellow concrete. Let's put some red concrete powder in there just to mix it up a little bit. Red sand there. We can have an orange wool here, for example. Maybe another orange wool there, then a yellow wool. Just mix it up a little bit. And we've got some surplus glow lichen we can throw on everything. Okay. 70 Sue says, I went to an Evil Dead musical where they sprayed blood on the audience. It ruled. Yeah, that's called Cabin in the Woods, I believe. Or no. Is it? No, it's Evil Dead the musical. But they do have, the opening number is something like, Cabin in the Woods, woo-hoo-hoo. What is the, let me pull up the lyrics to that. Cabin in the Woods lyrics. Musical. From the Evil Dead. We're all jammed in the car, and we're going really far, driving deep into the trees with hot dogs, chips, and cheese. And it's like, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of these lyrics, then it goes on, are very, we're 5 college students on our way to an old abandoned cabin in the woods. Yeah! Sweet Rallis. Am I ever gonna make Scar make a tree for me? You can't make Scar do anything. You can give him opportunities, and if he chooses to pursue them, then that's fine. But like, he said he would like to make a tree on a day where he's stressed out and needs a break. And I'm not gonna tell him, Scar, you're so stressed out, you need a break today, right? I'm gonna let him do it whenever he wants. Is it not nighttime yet? I think the sun is only at night, but it's almost sundown. It's almost sundown. This should be in the core vanilla game. This should be core vanilla game functionality. Okay, here we go. So, let's go ahead and we were going to get more water. Yeah, Scar's new de-stressor is hot guying people. Impulse join the game. So we'll find out if impulse is an issue with this. Okay. So let's go ahead and start recording while we've got that there. And we're going to bring it in. We have been making some decent progress here. Oh, wait, I forgot to do the marker. Hermitcraft, Season 9, Episode 32, Segment Delta, Take 1, and action. Let's fly away a little bit and fly back. I have been making some progress here on these trees. We got the first 3.5 done, which is a start. And I started realizing the more I work on these, the more these adjacent birches look problematic. So I reached out to our good friend Impulse SV here and said, I'm currently autumnifying my spawn village trees. Do you mind if I yellow the leaves by your adjacent shop by a bit? To which Impulse writes in his best Asuma impression, hello, YouTube. Sure. So, you know, we are going to go ahead and start adding a little bit of yellow here. I know that true birch trees, unlike our petrified trees, would really only have yellow leaves. So I'm not sure what palette I want to use for this otherwise beyond the, like, wool, yellow horn coral, and, what would you call it? Yellow powder, concrete powder. But I feel like we'll try yellowing just a few blocks here and there as we go, and then maybe do the whole things a bit later. But that's a start at least. We've thrown just a little bit of yellow in, like boop, and then also like boop, and that one went beep. I don't know why that one beeped. I hope it's not explosive. This one's going beep 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 beep. See that when it beeps faster, that worries me. Beep 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 beep. And see these trees? I don't know what to do with them. We're gonna just keep putting blocks in, I guess. Time skip. Oh no, that's terrible. That's not where those blocks go at all. Okay, that's a recording. Okay. Oops. Yay! I love when I get alerts during streams that are not about tips. It's like, we're $10 away from our next face camera expansion, and I've got an alert here that says my phone bill just went through. Dang it. So, people have joked before that I should just start taking money off the abacus when a bill gets processed during the stream. I'm not going to do that. We are still 10 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. But that is a good reminder to link the tipping link. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So we're going to keep on moving here. La da da da. Da 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 da. Da, da, da. Okay. Gemini Tay! I feel like I haven't been online very often at the same time as Gem lately, so that's a real treat as well. Let's go ahead and put in another waterlogged leaf here. Oh no, that would be visible possibly. So we're not going to do that. We're going to have that just a yellow one. Morning, Gem! Okay. Yo. Hey, oh. Me say hey, 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 oh. Gemini Tay says I joined the game. Okay. So let's go ahead and put some more blocks here. Yeah. Blocks, 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 blocks. Blocks, 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 oh blocks. Dun dun dun. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Place blocks. Do 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 do. Gonna place some more blocks. Yeah, placing blocks in video games brings me a lot of joy playing Minecraft. Da 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 da. Ajules says, I feel it's nice to know that logging into a server equals someone singing somewhere. Craig Kelly says, when my wife worked as a server at a diner, she perfected the art of the customer service voice. 70. Oh, that's in response to 70 Sue saying, have you ever heard your significant other answer the phone with someone they work with? It's the same voice change Joe does when recording. The only voice change I do when recording is being energetic, because I know that if I'm editing it later, I'm going to be really tired and I'll be annoyed that I don't sound energetic in the video. So, no. So when I actually answer the phone, that's not how I answer the phone at all. My phone answering voice is, Joe Hills, master of mysticism. And then if the person laughs, I know they're my friend. And if they don't laugh, I know it's somebody trying to scam me and I hang up on them. Next problem. Okay. But yeah, so basically one of the problems I have when editing is that I'm either my voice sounds too tired or I'm talking too slow. And those two things are very similar problems to have. So when I'm recording, I talk slightly faster and more energetically than when I'm just hanging out on the stream. It's the same voice, it's just a little bit more upbeat. And a lot of times if I do 2 takes of something, you'll notice that the second take is faster. That's how I can tell it's better. Catherine Longenkamp, thank you very much for tipping 10, who says, I want to see that face camera expand. Thank you for the entertainment you provide. I love that you autumnify your base every year. Well, that 10 is going to indeed put us at our next face camera expansion. So here we go. Expand. So thank you very much, Catherine Longenkamp, for that. And we got another 10 rolling in from Quarky, who says, not a phone bill. Woo! Thank you very much, Quarky. That's going to get us halfway to our next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. 2% Egg says, I answer unknown numbers with, caller number 9, you are live on the air. That's a good one. Caller number 9, you are live on the air. I like that. That has a good rhythm to it. Man, they should do that on the radio. But yeah, so my actual answering the phone at my old day job voice was a amplified version of my far too serious voice. So my far too serious voice is when I'm like in a meeting and somebody's just got an idea for a new feature that's outside of scope. and I try to demonstrate as much empathy as I can while sounding as unpleasant as possible. So here, let me give you the far too serious meeting voice. The far too serious meeting voice is distinct from the far too serious phone voice, but you're not ready for the phone voice yet. We're gonna ease into that. Okay. I feel like that's a really exciting idea, and a lot of people would really benefit from it. But when I look at the amount of time we have to deliver the exciting ideas that we've already discussed, I just don't think that we can realistically embrace both. I think that we need to seize upon the excitement of your initial idea and the scope and the calendar that we are already looking at and address that first, and then come back to this in a second round. And that's up to the accounts team to figure out what that timeline and that financially looks like. But this is too good of an idea to simply ignore, and too good of an idea to ruin by trying to cram into our first round of production. So that's my far too serious voice for meetings. My far too serious phone voice is when Red Hat calls. Red Hat is like one of the only people that would phone me up. They're always trying to sell me more Red Hat licenses. And it's like, you know how many Red Hat licenses I have? I have the number of servers that we operate worth of Red Hat licenses. You're not going to sell me more Red Hat licenses than we have servers. Okay? We have enough Red Hat licenses. So when Red Hat calls, I'd pick up... Hold on. Let me get a phone. It's too far away. It's just barely across the room. Hold on. So I've got my phone here, and we're gonna pretend that Red Hat called. Oh no, Pearl's here. We need to greet Pearl genuinely happily. Howdy, Pearl. Good. Okay. So the phone is rung. I don't actually have a way to make this thing ring because it requires a lot of power that I don't have. But yeah, so we're gonna take off the headphones real quick. Hello. This is Joe Hills. You know, servers are great. We just already have everything that we need, and I just don't know. I need to sound like I'm on the edge of like a breakdown. Like it's just one of those things where it's like everything you guys do is just so wonderful, but I just, we have a lot going on today, and I just don't think we're going to be buying any more physical machines anytime soon, let alone getting into virtualization with the way things are going. So if we could just keep the number of licenses we have right now, I think that would just be better for everybody. It's just, look, I've gotta go. Bye. Like, Red Hat is not gonna call me back anytime soon. That's gonna save me some trouble. Make them want to hang up. Exactly. We're explaining how to make vendors that call you trying to sell you stuff make a note in your file not to call back because you might be emotionally unstable. Like, there's a difference between when you're calling... Okay, there's a difference between when you're getting a phone call from a client and a phone call from somebody selling you stuff, right? So that's the opposite of customer service voice. That's customer being poorly served voice. We just don't... There's only so much Linux you can enterprise in a company at a given scale. Hello to Murfreesboro, Cora Lorraine. Next time they call, I should try to sell them something. You know, are you happy with your headphones? Because I've been working on some in my garage. Are you anywhere near Nashville? Could I bring by a test pair of headphones for you? Like, the thing is, I know they're nowhere near Nashville. But, like, if I was in the Bay Area, you know, how do you keep track of who you've called? What software are you using for customer retention and management? Because I've been working on a side hustle. just start trying to sell them stuff. Yeah. You don't like it's one of those things where like I understand that there's a person on the other end of the phone. So I'm not trying to make them feel bad about themselves and their life choices. I'm not going to go after them and like call them names or whatever. But like what I really want, my goal is for whatever experience they have with me. You know how they say like this call may be monitored for training purposes or whatever? I want my call with them to be the sort of thing that ends up in the training. Like, I don't know how many Joe Hill's phone calls have made it into their training, but I would like to think that some of them have been, like, of value. That's the thing, is I'm trying to create value, not destroy it. Okay, we got, just as a quick reminder, we got about 40 minutes left in the stream. This is a morning bonus stream. We are hanging out. If you are enjoying the show, one of the reasons I'm doing so many bonus streams right now is I'm going to be traveling a lot with my daughter in October, which is both expensive from a renting hotel space aspect, but also from a possible, like, it's harder to stream as often or maintain revenue while I am traveling. So if you enjoy the show, tips are always welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. No worries if you are not in a place in your life to support the show, or you choose not to. This is free for everyone to enjoy, guilt-free, thanks to the folks who have chosen to support it. So, here we go. Let's play some more blocks. Do-do-do-do. Yeah. Like... The other thing is, though, like, if they ask if you're okay, you don't want to actually scare them, right? You know, you need to be like, I'm fine. We have a lot going on today. Should I call back another day? I wouldn't recommend it. It's not going to be any better. Hey, Allison, I have not signed any bad contracts with Twitch, so I actually can't get those cheers or whatever, but I do appreciate your enthusiasm. If you would like to tip, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Robin DeBird said, how would mangrove roots look on the trees to make them look like the leaves are dead or falling off? That's something I'm going to come back to in late November, early December, Robin. We're trying to do, like, early fall, so there should still be a lot of leaves on the trees. This is kind of like a ongoing, this is an evolving exhibit, basically. We're adding to this and changing it over time. And right now it's a little bit too early for that all total dead look, is where I'm at. Okay, so let's get out some of these. Let's see. We're gonna throw that there, and a little bit of this. Where's that? Boom. No, I wanted the concrete powder. Robin DeBird says, well, it looks great. Thank you. Yeah, I've been thinking about this for about a week now. I did this back in Season 1 with only wool. But now we have so many more blocks to choose from in terms of concrete powder, red sand. I'm trying to use gravity blocks toward the top and wool and coral lower down. And that's been working out pretty well for us. Okay, so are we out of red concrete powder? No, here it is. Somehow I keep losing it. Yay, attention to detail. It's a skill. September is early fall, Jumpy Jasmine. 70 Sue says, I like the morning bonus streams. Thank you. Glad to hear it. Blocky says in the winter there are no leaves. Exactly. So in winter we'll kind of give it a like snow covered like mangrove, like we'll use the mangrove roots to look like sticks and stuff, and we'll put snow on top is my plan for that. So anyway, we got another tip rolling in from Laura for 22, who says, here's some vacation monies. Have a great one, Joe. Thank you very much. That is going to get us 12 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to expand, Joe. We are now $8 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So we need to get... people had wanted to see how this was going to look at night. So why don't we fly away real quick and before anybody can use a bed. Whoa, is this thing new? Okay, that might be a spoiler. I don't know what that is. But either way, let's go ahead and see how this looks. It doesn't have all the lichen on top of it yet, but yeah. Shadazar says, Joe, hope you're doing well. I'm wondering if you know somewhere that does a pretty good cover of the types of thing you mentioned regarding like contracts, etc. This is of keen interest to me. I mean, I don't know. Like, I spent like, oh boy. Before I started making YouTube videos, I spent several years studying the business of web comics and trying to make it as a web cartoonist. And so I listened to a bunch of podcasts and stuff about that, the business of like making stuff online in like 2006 that I don't know if they still exist. So yeah, I don't exactly have sources for what is or isn't a bad contract, but I will tell you that what Twitch has offered me is way worse than what I'm making now, so that's why I haven't done it. Basically, if you're gonna make less money and not obtain any benefit, I'm gonna recommend again. I'm gonna say that's a bad contract. You can quote me directly on that. Yeah, there's no benefit for somebody who's doing what I'm doing to sign a contract with Amazon. I would basically lose. I would. The only way I could become a Twitch partner is if I took my old day job back. I would lose so much money. And they're like, but in the long term, your channel would grow. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm living paycheck to paycheck as it is. Like, I haven't been able, like, they're like, but you'll make more money 2 years out. And I'm like, yeah, so then for the next 2 years, I just don't pay my bills or I go back to my day job. Like, I'd rather be self-employed, living month to month than, you know, sign your terrible deal and go back to my day job for 2 years. That seems dumb. What are they doing now? Are they bashing more unions and warehouses? That's the other thing. Because I'm not a Twitch partner, I don't have to keep up with what terrible things they're doing today or tomorrow. I've already opted out of their terrible system, so I'm going to save myself the stress of worrying about them. That was left over from the Diamond Pillar War, not a spoiler. Okay. Oh, their terrible contract just got worse. Well, that's why you don't sign terrible contracts and then allow them to revise them without you making agreements to them. Okay. Hey, we got some tips rolling in. Let's see who they're from. Lakshmi13 tips 5, who says, thanks for being you and the laughs. Well, thank you, Lakshmi13. That's going to put us 3 away from the next face camera expansion and the entrance of the Jost. Shadazar says, is it more helpful to tip on PayPal than for gift subs? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, like, PayPal takes, like, a fraction of the tip, like, 2 to 3%. Whereas Amazon takes half, right? So let's say that you do a sub bomb and you buy, so sometimes I see sub bombs where somebody will like buy 20 subs, which I think comes out to like, what, $10? No. 20 subs would be $40, right? Well, that's the equivalent of you PayPaling me $20. You're spending twice as much. And now, like, so I'm not gonna, yeah. So basically, I would need everybody in the audience to send twice as much money to me via Twitch than I'm making via PayPal right now. And I don't think that suddenly becoming a Twitch partner, y'all would be like, well, we feel like sending you twice as much money, right? That's not... That does... Me being a Twitch partner does not generate value for you in that way. I would not expect y'all to want to send me more money since I was a Twitch partner. Like... yeah. So let's go ahead and grab... We're out of yellow wool at the moment. We're using a lot of that, it looks like. Okay, so this was the biggest, most complicated tree in the front yard. So we should be making pretty quick progress after this. Well, and that's the other thing, too, is that, yeah, I obviously have to pay taxes on the money that comes in either way. So, like, basically 20 to 30% of any money that comes in is going to go to taxes. So it's like, it's probably closer to 30. So like, yeah. So technically, if you send me money via PayPal instead of Twitch, twice as much would go to taxes, but only because you're sending me twice as much money. Yeah, the emotes, I don't really see the point of. I'm not an emotional person. Actually, I am a very emotional person. I've had friends be like people who kind of know me say things like, oh man, I would not want to get into a beef with you because you're such a logical person. It would go very poorly for me, especially like around like stuff with the divorce and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not that logical a person. I'm an incredibly emotional person. My goals and objectives are purely driven by emotion, but the means by which I attempt to achieve them are driven by logic. Like, and so it's like, I could see why people would think that I was a logical person because they see me using logical methods to pursue whatever illogical thing has caught my eye. It's like whimsy. I don't know, but bum bum bum. Someone said, or Nepeta says, if you started streaming on Twitch only, I would send you less money because I can only watch on YouTube. Yeah, that's the other thing, is like a bunch of people watch my show on YouTube as is, so like why would I want to mess with that? Okay, so this one we don't necessarily need a ton of coral on because it's a lot of this is kind of facing away. Bum bum bum. Let's maybe put a coral block in there though. So we need water, and then we need Horn coral. But, like, yeah, I would argue that my desire to okay. So when you post a link to a YouTube video about an announcement, I can't watch that video during stream, and I still don't actually know what the announcement is. You're like, oh, here's a video about the announcement. It's like that tells me very little. I still don't know what the actual subject is, and I can't watch the video during my stream without getting a copyright strike. So, thank you for trying. I appreciate the intent, but if you, what did they announce? Did they announce something about the contracts, or did they announce something about? Muscle Bob says, too long as a program removes the option to not consider logical methodology. Well, and that was one of the things that really annoyed my ex-wife's attorney during the custody battle, was that I was incredibly upset the entire time, but I consistently followed my attorney's advice and didn't do anything stupid. Like, they kept waiting for me to make some sort of mistake. And it's just like, why would I make a like I'm not, like, this is so important that I have to do everything, like, exactly right. Like, I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, like, they would do all sorts of stupid stuff, like, just, and then, like, when it's like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna, this is gonna be a whole thing. I've called my attorney and we're gonna deal with this in court. And it's like, no, we don't have to talk to a judge about this. It's like, yeah, because it seems like this is the sort of thing that would really annoy a judge if it came before a judge. It's like, oh, this was never supposed to come before a judge. This was clearly just supposed to make me upset. And instead I'm like, okay, well. And they're like, oh, we actually, we didn't file that properly in the first place, so you don't have to respond to it. It's like, What's the purpose of the hidden waterlogged leaves? That lets us put coral in. Apparently the Twitch announcement is they're going to run more ads. Oh, that sounds pretty terrible. Okay, we got a tip rolling in. Let's see who it's from. Richard Tips 25, who says, thanks for talking about business a bit today. Thinking of it a lot as a Minecrafter gamer grinding for affiliate. I'm going to recommend against grinding for affiliate. Don't do that. It's a bad contract. That's why I'm not one. But either way, that's 2 face camera expansion milestones. So here we go. It's time to expand Joe. Oh, wait, what's that? What's going on? Oh, no. Where did this come from? Apparently, we have hit the point of the stream where when the camera gets bigger, it also is going to reduce the Joe opacity. So here we go. Enter the Jost. Boom, 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 boom. And that lowers the Joe opacity now to 90%. But wait, there's more. Richard tipped enough that we got 2 milestones at once. So here we go. Expand Jost. Do-do-do-do. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 80%. And that puts us 18 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. So, yeah. Y'all, seriously, for the first several years I streamed, I was lucky to break 7 viewers. I streamed for years to practically nobody. I wasn't trying to get more viewers on my stream. I just wanted a place to hang out and be social while I worked on stuff. That's what I'm doing now. Like, even if the viewership was way down for this stream, what I'm doing is stuff that I need to do anyway, right? I don't look at my viewership numbers. They don't matter. The viewership numbers don't affect revenue at all. Like, what matters is, am I working on my episode because I need to make this stuff for the episode to come out? And are people tipping? But, like, you don't need to be an affiliate for people to tip on your stream. And you don't need to be an affiliate to work on things that you needed to work on anyway, or that you wanted to work on anyway. Like, I would not recommend making any sort of partnership with a company as terrible as Amazon your goal. It's not my goal. My goal is to have fun making fun things. And to greet False. Hello, False. Howdy, False. A lot of people online today. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's grab... We're going to top off some of these supplies as well while we're over here. Boom, 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 boom. Like, so, if your two goals of making things are to learn stuff and to have fun, then as long as you accomplished one of those two things, you're not going to go, man, what a waste of my time later, right? You're going to say, well, at least that was fun, or at least I learned something. I tried to do both, but sometimes you only get one, right? If your goal is, I'm going to impress a company that's owned by a billionaire, you're never actually going to impress them. Like, they're not going to care about you. Like, you might get them to offer you a bad deal because they take advantage of people, but why is your goal to be taken advantage of? Yeah, no, racist emotes. We're gonna go real quick. Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't have time for dog whistle nonsense. Josie Blue, though, thank you very much for getting us back on track, who tips 10 and writes for the arts. Howdy, Joe. Thank you very much. That's going to put us 8 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. So here we go. We are placing more blocks. Jumpy Jasmine Temp says, though that's what the Beetlejuice is. I've seen fan art of that. Yeah, probably. Yep, the camera expands with tipping milestones. We are 8 away from the next one. And tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We've got 20 more minutes in this stream. So if you'd like to tip, now is a great time. I will be streaming again tonight at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time for my regular Hermitcraft live stream. Let's see. Let's put a sand block there. We can have some fun with the gravity blocks now that we're a tier up. Let's replace that one with this here. Boom, boom, ba-dun-dun. Makegan says, Joe, I love you because you're weird and confident about it. Thank you. Rubik says, why was that person banned? For anti-Semitism. Because I don't have time for it. We have enough problems. Be less intolerant. Yay. Okay. So, this is a start here. This tree is actually, like, extra weird in a lot of ways. I'm learning a lot about, like, tree structure. Wait, this one's... Yeah, I'm learning a lot about tree structure while doing this, too. Which is good. Okay. Okay, so we want to have that one go there. Then we can have like a red sand maybe right here, kind of in the shade. And then we can have like another one there. But then when we go up higher, we can put in a exposed to the daylight bright orange one. And we have way too many leaves in our inventory at the moment. So let's clean that up. Boy. Way too much stuff in our inventory that we don't need at the moment. Yes, we are autumnifying our trees out here. Look, I really don't... Look, if you're going to roll in... this is not a stream about explaining what is or isn't anti-Semitic. Go do your own research about hate speech, Anti-Defamation League's stance on things. You can read how the guy who made Peppy the Frog is really mad that white supremacists co-opted it and basically said Peppy the Frog is dead forever. You're never going to reclaim it. I just don't have time. I'm trying to make fun things in Minecraft. We have 15 minutes left in the stream. And if you want to argue with me about this stuff, I'm just going to ban you. I just don't... Then I literally never have to deal with you again. Like, the people who come in here complaining about, like, I don't know if this is really racist or not. I'm going to be honest. They're not the ones who are actually tipping. Like, I'm here to make a positive, fun environment for the people that I want here. And it costs me nothing to ban people who are acting like idiots. And in fact, it actually probably saves me money. I'd probably lose revenue if I let people argue about what is or isn't racist here. That's not what this place is really for. So, I'm just going to keep doing my work like a professional. And you can go ruin somebody else's stream. Okay. Chloe the Great and Powerful tips 3 and says, earns you money. Woo! That puts us 5 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Also, I see we got a new $5 a month patron. I'm going to warn you, you picked a weird day to join the Patreon because we're about to go into vacation mode for a few weeks. So most of the Patreon Discord is going to be read-only, except for, like, the, during the stream chats. Like, that'll still be active, during streams and stuff. But, most of the Discord is about to go into vacation mode, because I've got a bunch of traveling coming up, and I needed a little bit of space to reflect and have just fewer responsibilities. I felt really overwhelmed by all my responsibilities the last several years, and it's at the point where, like, I need to start making long-term goals and planning stuff, and I've just felt so overwhelmed by day-to-day concerns that was very challenging for me. So we are going to be setting the most of the Patreon Discord to read-only mode most of the time for the next few weeks. A big part of the problem was that as I was always responsible for people's servers at my old jobs, like, even when I was traveling or on vacation, I was always kind of working. So even before I was on YouTube, I felt like I could never get a real vacation. And it's just been one of those, like, long-term grinding me down stressors where I'm like, you know what? Now that I'm my own boss, I need to be able to say I'm going to take time off. Even if I can't afford to hire somebody full-time to run this while I'm gone. Like, if this was like a restaurant I ran, I need to be able to close the restaurant sometimes. If, like, restaurants don't need to be open 24/7, and neither do Discords. So, I don't know. Like, it's not a utility. It's not like I'm providing electricity. So yeah. So I'm gonna be stepping away from a lot of my day-to-day responsibilities starting today for the next few weeks, so that I can go from doing things one day at a time to try and figuring out long-term goals. Like, basically, since my daughter was born and my ex got into grad school, every aspect of my life was just one day at a time. Like, just gotta hold on until she gets her PhD, and then we'll figure things out from there. And then the divorce happened, and everybody's just like, Joe, you just gotta carry on one day at a time, just one day at a time. Don't worry about a year from now. Don't worry about 2 years from now. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I should start making some goals, but I don't know enough about the way things are going to be in the world in a year or two to even start planning. And then the pandemic hit, and I'm like, well, now I definitely can't make any long-term plans, because, like, I don't know what next month is going to look like. Are there going to be trains? Like, what is going on? And so, like, you know, now that people are getting vaccinated and things are starting to wind down, I'm like, I need to take some time, and I need to realistically figure out, like, what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. I need to, like, because, like, living day to day is fine, but, like, I'm constantly in survival mode. I'm constantly like, okay, I've got to go do all of these things, or I'm not going to make rent at the end of the month. I've got to do all these things, like, and like, I'm just haven't been able to, like, I don't know. I need to get out of survival mode, and I'm not there yet. But I'm hoping to be, like, by the end of this year. So I'm taking the end of September and most of October for, like, just disengaging from a lot of my day-to-day responsibilities. I'm still gonna do the fun stuff like streaming and making videos, but the community management stuff has just been a lot to manage when trying to sort out, like, what I need to do. And so fewer distractions for a few weeks. Everything will be back on, like, November 1st. So yeah. So yeah, I do appreciate folks signing up for the $5 a month Patreon. You are still going to be able to use the Patreon live event chat during streams. So, like, it's not like there's no value there, but it's not what it normally would be, and it won't be back until November 1st. So, yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and keep working on this. Whoops. Dang it. My lichen. Dang it. So this one was hard to put the coral in, and that's okay. They don't all have to be perfect. Peachy Queen says, being a parent is hard. You're completely responsible for another person's life. You're a single parent with a lot on your plate. You deserve a break. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a working break. I'm still going to be editing. I'm still going to be uploading. I'm still going to be recording and doing streams. But I'm going to be just getting a little bit of distance from day-to-day stuff. I'm hoping that helps. I can use carpet for a bit of depth. Yeah, that's true. We're using carpet pretty heavily on the ground, but we're also using lichen for the, we're using lichen all over this for the haunted look. The glow trees. Yeah, you can stream on Twitter. I used to stream on Twitter all the time, and then they're like, you need to update your API key or something, and I was like, I'm lazy. Don't make me do something that requires clicking on things on a computer. I didn't get into gaming because I liked clicking on things on a computer. So, okay. We are about 7 minutes from the end of the stream, so last call for tips. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. The odd trees are azaleas. Yeah, you're right. I think I'm going to swap out the green frog lights with something else, too. Those would be in here. Yeah, let's go with the ochre frog lights where we had the green. So there's one. Whoops. Well, we learned something there. I don't want to be too close because it'll ruin the thing. Ow, my body. As I'm doing the math on this, I'm realizing if I have a thing at 11 that I need to go to, which is why I need to end the stream now. I should probably end the stream now rather than precisely at 11 and then I'll have time to refill my drink and get ready for my next thing. So, yeah, I think we are actually going to wrap up now, but let's go ahead and see how this looks so far. Woo! That's not bad. Look at that. Yay! It's a good start. I don't know if it sells trees as much as I would like. But, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so let's see who we can raid while we still have time. Twitch.tv/directory/following. Okay. It looks like False has a stream that's about to start. I'm not sure how soon it's about to start, but we're going to go ahead and send folks over to her. /raid. Sorry, Sean Jeffrey. Yep, we are just about to raid False, who is starting probably on the hour, if I had to guess. So that means y'all have a chance to go get a drink or whatever, too. When you get over there, say, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills raid here. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do-do. Okay, and I am...